Hey everybody, Sam here, also known as Mr. Stainless, and we're back once again talking about State of Decay 2, and it has been a while since we've had one of these videos here on the channel. Things have been incredibly busy with other game releases and with work and all that kind of stuff, but today what I wanted to do was to jump back into the discussion in talking about the expanded lore and story of the State of Decay universe, and more specifically, what we're going to be talking about today is if Lilly Ritter is actually dying in State of Decay 2. So the reason why I'm talking about this today, and where I got this idea from, is during one of my playthroughs of State of Decay 2, over the radio broadcaster was saying about how Lilly Ritter was actually dying, that her days on this earth were unfortunately numbered, or fortunately, I know there's some of you out there who would love to see Lilly Ritter perish a horrible, horrible death. But that aside, in essence what the radio broadcaster was saying was that it's the end of the universe. It's the end of the universe, end of the world. The zombie apocalypse has happened. We've in essence lost. The zombies have won. And although we're slowly pushing back that tide, we're not pushing it back at a great speed. Now, one of the knock-on effects of the world in essence ending is that the pharmaceutical industry has somewhat crashed. They're not as active, shall we say, as they were whenever all of the humans were alive. And as such, there's kind of a limited supply of medicine out there in the world. Now, if you remember from State of Decay 1, Lilly Ritter has pretty much, I think you would class it as a terminal disease, and she needs medicine in order to kind of medicate that and stay alive. Now, one of the first missions that we did with Marcus in State of Decay 1 with Lilly was actually to go to the veterinary practice and get medicine, not only for Ed, our friend, but also more importantly for Lilly. Now, ever since the zombie apocalypse happened, Lilly Ritter has in essence been, I guess, living on a ticking time bomb. In theory, at some point, she knew that the meds that she needs would run out. There's only so many pharmacies that you can loot, so many places that are going to have the meds that she needs. And I believe, from what we're being told by the radio announcer in State of Decay 2, that time has more or less come. And Lilly Ritter has ran out of medicine, or she's very close to running out of medicine. Now, the implications for this is that if Lilly Ritter runs out of meds and she doesn't find a way to medicate the illness that she has, or to counter the illness she has, she's going to die. Now, to the expanded, to the people in State of Decay 2, I guess the world of State of Decay 2, Lilly Ritter is seen as being the sole leader of the network. This network of communities, this network of survivors that is, I guess, one for all and all for one. That's what they look like they are. They look like they're one for all and all for one. I don't think they really are, though. And I've made a video on this before about how I don't think the network are our friends whatsoever. There's an annotation for that up in the top right of your screen, but to try and keep us on track here, we only ever are told that Lilly Ritter is the leader of the network. Now, I don't believe that that's the case. I have made a previous video about how I believe actually that Jacob Ritter is still alive, and he's out there most likely kind of luring or encouraging other communities of survivors to join the network. So there's a very high possibility that there is a leadership structure there in place, that if Lilly was to die, there are other people that would take over. But the question is, if there's a number of leaders, let's say there's kind of like a militaristic type structure where Lily's at the top, and then she's got maybe 6 people who are equally helping her run and lead the network. People like her brother and other random survivors that we don't know about yet that are helping her run the network. Now, if Lilly died, one could assume that there may be some form of power struggle within the network, one that could actually see the network being crippled. Now, at the moment, the only 2, I guess, bastions of hope that we know about in the State of Decay 2 universe are the network and Red Talon. Red Talon are kind of painted to us as some pseudo-military structure that they've got coal mines and there's slavery and all this stuff. I don't believe that for a second. I think that's all network propaganda. But these are the 2 bastions of hope that we have in this post-apocalyptic world. And if the network falls, if Lilly Ritter dies and there's a power struggle between all these leaders, there is a chance that they could all just splinter into a number of smaller network groups. I think if this is true, if Lilly Ritter has run out of meds or is running out of meds, and if she does die during the timeline of State of Decay 2, I think this sets up a very, I guess, treacherous and a very dangerous world that we may be walking into if there is a State of Decay 2, State of Decay 3 even. We could be walking into a world that not only has Red Talon and the network, instead it's going to be Red Talon and a number of smaller communities who potentially are warring factions vying for greater control. On the other hand, this could just be a lie. This could just be propaganda that the network are putting out there onto the radio waves to try and, I guess, lure people into joining them out of sympathy. But folks, I would love to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments below if you've heard this radio broadcast about how Lilly Ritter is dying and how her meds are running out over the radio in game. But equally, let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think would happen if Lilly Ritter was to die? What do you think would happen to the network? But folks, that is all for me today. Thank you so much for spending some time of your day here on my channel. I hope you're all having a great week, and I will of course speak to you all soon.